of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, Michael.
Good evening, everyone. The Office of the County Council, we are in quorum.
Can't hear you.
The first thing on the agenda is the approval of July 21st minutes and the August 7th joint council commissioners meeting. Do we have a motion to approve those? Everybody had a chance to look down? All right. Here we have is that a motion? I make a motion. We have a motion.
Which meeting, the 8-7 meeting?
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
Both. We have a motion by Howard, second by.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Well, I can't sign that. Oh, yeah, anyways, I wasn't here. Motion passed. And all right, now. This isn't on here, but we need to do this right now. So I'm gonna pass down to you guys, which is ordinance number 14.
It is on there. It's the very next thing after the minutes.
No, after, oh, it is already crossed it out. I'm moving right ahead. This is the ordinance that we already voted to approve, but we failed to sign it because I took it home.
Well, not only that, but it had the wrong names
Oh,
on
that's
it.
right, I did. So I'm gonna pass this down. And with that being said, we're gonna keep moving.
There you go.
Okay, so the first one we have here is. Okay, this is an additional appropriation ordinance. 16/2025. Public hearing, well, we have to have public hearing for this?
Well, all additional appropriations, yeah.
With that being said, I have a motion to open the public hearing.
I so move.
A second? Second. Okay, the public hearing is open. This is for the jail seated additionals. We approved this to be taken out in the last meeting. I will read it to you. Okay, capital improvements, $27,251. See, that is for the padded cell. And that's the only one.
Yeah, that's the only one on that one. That's just all the proof that it was advertised and all that kind of.
Okay, do we have any public discussion regarding the cell? Okay, no public discussion. Have a motion for public hearing?
Well, you got another addition too.
Yeah, we should do them all at the same time.
Oh,
Okay, actually, we got 3 of them. It was actually that one and 2 more. Okay. While the public hearing is still open. Let's see. This is ordinance 17/2025. This is for the circuit court and the judges here. If we have any questions for it. Don't make come out there. If you want to.
That's an additional with the reduction, so it's basically a transfer. It's just coming out of 2 different categories, so it has to be done as an additional with the reduction.
So,
Sorry, tell the truth.
so actually, it's a wash is what it is.
Well,
Yeah,
actually, you just said he wasn't doing that.
So what we have is here's the additionals requested.
How you doing?
Supplies for the court office,
Yes.
$1,000. Circuit court jury meals, $1,000, which is $2,000. And then the amount to be reduced. $1,000 for remodeled furniture and $1,000 for law books, which comes to $2,000. So it is a wash. So I don't know if we have any questions on that, Judge.
Just need a motion to approve.
We have another one though we might have though.
You
Okay,
wanna,
that'll be,
yeah, one ordinance.
yeah, one more ordinance first.
well, do you wanna approve that one?
This, can we approve them all at once?
Oh,
If they're all public hearings?
yeah, I like that.
Okay,
Okay. I just thought we already.
if we have any public discussion on this, all right, we'll move on. All right, ordinance 21. This is out of jail seated once again. It is $25,000 for jail seated security offers, $20,000 for rate repair and maintenance. We had talked about moving all that where it should be. So that is a grand total of $45,000. Do we have any public comment? Yes.
Did we move weren't we moving all of the septic thing? Is that?
Yeah,
what we-
but that's good. That'll be in next year's budget. all that stuff.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna start.
No,
we didn't get a
moving
quote.
next year.
Yeah,
We talked about maybe doing it this year, to get a
Get a
quote.
quote, but we don't as of now.
Seated,
Yeah, so.
we can appropriate jail seated.
Yeah.
Without getting in trouble.
So with that being said, do we have any public discussion other than that on this? Okay, no public discussion on these three. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So move.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Bye.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve the items we just discussed? Which are,
Is 16, 17.
which are ordinance 16, 17, and 21.
I'll move.
We have a motion second.
Second.
All in favor, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion. Okay, that's passed. Okay. Move on, please go back to her. All right, the next thing on the agenda is the judge. And he has a request for additional appropriations.
Okay, this, you don't see me over here very often.
No, glad to see you though.
And, well, I don't, but, previous councils appreciated not seeing me, but. True. Yeah, okay. And that's because our budgets every year, we just. Most of it's non-discretionary, so it depends on cases that we have to appoint lawyers for, and how many appeals there are, how many jury trials. And so we're able to move funds around in our budget, and not come back for any additional appropriations. So we always took care of any shortfalls in different categories. That stopped, a couple years ago when some council people thought it was a good idea to start making those decisions for us. And so that's fine. And so now here I am back, because we are, as you can see on the little handout there, the money for public defenders, public counsel is gonna be out by October 1. We have contracts that we have to honor, and we have lawyers that we have to have represent criminal defendants. We can't function without them. And so that's that request to make it, we're anticipating that 73,000 to make it to the end of the year for lawyers. And then the appeals, that depends on how many people get convicted at a jury trial, and then they have an automatic right to appeal, and if they're unable to afford their own lawyer, and they almost always are, then we have to come up with the funds for a lawyer for the appeal. We right now are working with a lawyer from South Bend who's been doing most of our appeals at a very reasonable cost. And so but are we gonna need that 20,000 for that? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's gonna be convicted the rest of this year. Psychiatric services, I have to send people to psychiatrists or psychologists if they have to go to two professionals to be evaluated to see if they're competent. Some years we didn't even put any money in that account because we didn't know if we were gonna actually have someone that I had to send to a psychiatrist and get the report as to their competency. In other years we did, but we moved money around to take care of it. We don't have that now, so there's for 5,000. In the jury trials, we're out of money now. And we have all these, as you can see, there are 71 cases scheduled to go to trial this year on 10 or more dates. So, or 10 more dates, you can only have one case go to trial. So at most, there will be 10 more trials. But each trial is around 5,000 to the jurors. I can tell you that, and then you can see, if you want to look at the third page, you'll see how much bare bones Starke County is, the court system paying lawyers. Alaska, the explanation is that's how much we were able to get off the online data, and Alaska is at the top. They pay $22, they're costing $22.49 per person in the county. And then Elkhart 18, Fulton 13, Lake 13, Jasper 13, White is similar population to ours, 1232 per person for a year. Laporte, 1215, St. Joe, 11, Marshall, 6, and at the bottom, Starke County, $5.20 a person for the public defenders for all the cases that we have. And to some extent, and it is and always has been, because the lawyers somewhat make sacrifice to help us in Starke County, and we help them by coordinating their court dates, so we have guys from out of town. Pulaski, Lake County, LaPorte County, and the Big Valley. So only lawyer in Starke County that we have available. We talk about this some other time, but this is what they call legal desert. If you have less than one lawyer per 1,000 people, it's a legal desert. And we were featured in the recent legal journal, because we have 2 law offices, Ballard's and Hines, in Starke County. And we have 23,000 people or whatever. So if those people want legal services, this is a legal desert. And the problem with the criminal is it's not discretionary. If they get arrested, they automatically have the right to an attorney. And if you know Starke County, you'll know 9 out of 10 of them that come in there have no money to pay for an attorney. So we got to have attorneys. We have contracts, fortunately, because last year, about this time, we gave the prosecutor money to hire a full-time deputy. And she hired Timothy Lemon, who was our other lawyer for probably a third of all of our felony cases, a third of our chins cases.
So he's gone.
DCS. And so we had to replace him with other lawyers to come in. And so you can see on the last page that things went up. These are our jury trials. And last year, I think, was it Micah, that the legislature increased the jury pay?
Last year or the year before, I don't remember exactly, but they doubled the amount we have to pay jurors when they're selected.
So if you're on a jury, that used to be $40 a day, now it's 80. And if you just come for jury service, used to be 20, now it's 40. And they all get their mileage. And like just the last trial, I think was 5,000.
Wow.
And so it shows there how much we spent each of those years going back to 2018. There were 7 trials in 2018. That was election year for that prosecutor. The first year for this prosecutor, she had 1 trial. The next year she had 0 trials. That was also 2020, so that was COVID, so that cut into the schedule quite a bit, but we did do other trials. And then 4, 3, 5, and now we're getting back up. So last year was 9. And this year we're halfway to 9, basically, with the rest of the year left, with 10 more possible trials. So that's all I gotta say about all that. The only thing I could tell you before you decide what you want to do, I have to pay this money. But we're guessing on the amounts. And so if you're tight on your money, then the second option might be what you want. And that is I could issue an order to the auditor every time we have a trial that she's to pay the money for these jurors that came. All the people have to be paid for jury service. We can do it as needed.
That might make more sense. That really might make more sense until we get, but I have a question for you. You know what, I hadn't paid attention to this, but you're removing something from remodel. I hope the remodel isn't on there for the 26 budget. I don't remember seeing it. It should be done, but how much, like, we don't have a budget status, so we don't know what your accounts have in them, but what's left besides what you're taking out of the remodel? Does anybody know what the remodel has in besides that? Isn't the remodel over with?
Correct.
Is that, so what's the
But we
total?
didn't pay for the remodel.
Right, but
So
it
I-
says that you're transferring from remodel, so I'm just wondering how much is left in remodel. Let's run that out then.
I think they had their remodel, right, and then the commissioners paid.
No, it says they want to do a transfer from remodel.
No,
It's
no,
not here.
no, but I'm saying that big remodel was paid for out of the commissioners, right?
Right, not the court.
Yeah,
That was like 400,000.
so that must have been
But they budgeted some, but I mean,
Something.
it sounds like it's probably something you could run out though, is all I'm saying. It's just.
But I can't answer that for you.
Okay, well, I was actually looking through you more at Michaeline, but.
I don't know.
Yeah, we need a budget, we need the status, which shows what's in every account. I mean, that way we know.
You know, we talked about this for a decade now, though, about pauper council and how to make, close that gap. Like, what would other counties in the whole United States do? If you can't attract attorneys to move here, what do you do? Like, do they have a lesser or somebody in law school that can help with some of those cases? Or what can you?
Well, the Supreme Court's been dealing with this for a while, and they have committees and they study, and I don't know what the solutions they're kind of coming up with. They're kind of suggesting incentives, financial incentives to lawyers to go to rural counties. They're all over Indiana, there's shortage in rural counties. And so what would attract an attorney to go to a rural county? Some type of benefit that they wouldn't otherwise have. I don't know.
Well, we have the same problem with physicians, primary care physicians here too. We're in the same exact boat. But I mean, I guess. But there's not something that can be done that's lesser where we could attract like maybe somebody that are like not even move here, but like does Valpo Law School have somebody that's like in their last year waiting to take the bar? I mean, like is there any way to help with some of this?
So
They don't have a law school anymore, do
we lost our law school.
Okay,
We're not gonna get people from Notre Dame, Notre Dame Law School to come here,
No,
nor IU in Bloomington to come here. We've got locals who went to school here, high school here, that went on to college and went to law school and they've come back. But I mean, there's the prosecutor's office, two of them. And
so let me ask you a question. So if you need a pauper counsel, okay, and obviously you have none to choose from. So if the one you have didn't want to do it, could you order him to do it?
no,
No, that's what I wondered.
yeah.
So if he would bail out of it, what would you do then?
No.
I mean, I know you don't know the
Dave
question.
Bauer has had the cases forever, many cases. We've overburdened them really. And Dick's got a couple of years on me. I'm not sure, how long he's gonna keep doing it.
how did you clean all of Tim's cases up? I totally forgot about that, but I mean, how did you even do it?
Well, he decided that he was gonna start July 1. And we didn't know anything about it. But he just up and decided that that was what he's gonna do. And he was still the attorney in all these other cases. Nothing had changed. He hadn't withdrawn. It wasn't a transition. There wasn't a day when we could have another attorney or other attorneys come in. And so it just took a while.
Well, it's impressive. It just didn't look like it was something that was even doable.
So if we did do what you said, Judge Hall, about put it in order.
Just in order each time.
So what kind of hoops is that for you?
Nothing, just do an order. We can do that.
And you issue an order,
Right.
then we automatically have to pay for it. And it's no public, I'm just making for the public,
Right.
Judge. That's no public hearing, no ordinance, no public hearing. He puts in an order that this has got to be paid, we pay for it. We're all clear on that.
This is what I would want to know from the DLGF. Do we-
When I was auditor 100 years ago, if the judge made an order, we had to
Oh,
pay.
no, I know that. But what I'm wondering is, how does that look on our books as opposed to an additional appropriation?
Well, it just shows us in the hole, but we don't get written up for it.
We don't get written up like we do for the additional appropriation.
Right, if any other budget would go in the red.
Yes.
We'd get written up for it, but if he makes an order that we have to
Yeah.
pay it and that puts it in the red, we don't get written up for
That's
that.
why I'm thinking that might be
Almost
better
did
just
too.
for, accounting purposes for us to do it that way, thinking.
Then we would know.
Well, but then not just that, the DLGF and the State Board of Accounts will know also that we didn't miss budget. And then, they won't make us suffer for it when they do our budget order.
Yeah. We're gonna suffer enough.
If we approve what's in front of us, and we run in the red, I mean, doesn't that wash with the State Board of Accounts? Understanding that it goes going to the courts?
Well, the problem is, if we approve this, that means there'd have to be a hearing, which would be in September. So if something happens between now and September, gonna be in the red anyways.
You okay with that, Judge?
Look, it came to me today that this would be a possible solution so that we're not asking you to put money into our budget that we don't need when it comes to the end of the year. If I have to have a psychiatrist, it's $1,500, then I'll just issue an order to pay the psychiatrist $1,500.
If we
Makes sense.
did do the request, what fund would you suggest that?
It would just come out of whatever we have for additionals, what there is. It would come out of no fund, wouldn't be a transfer. it'd be an
This would be an additional
Yeah.
appropriation. This is something that we're taking
Yeah,
from what little levy we haven't used
yeah,
and taking from that. And then obviously it would be reduced by that amount in the next budget.
yeah. That's why
Because
Every-
we're exceeding what we
every
published.
$1,000 right now makes a difference.
Yeah. So you should probably go with the option of I just do an order.
Yeah,
I like it.
That'll just be a bare minimum.
yeah. So with that being said, we don't even need to really take any action.
No.
Like it.
Rachel?
That works for you,
Yeah.
Judge?
Yeah.
You make the order, we'll write it
That's
there,
no
Judge.
appropriate.
I got
Yeah.
people.
So you're no great.
Here comes the judge.
In fiscal 36, doesn't need appropriation, you have certain IC loop codes. That you can pay for things out of the no appropriation fund, be a court order being one
Yeah,
of them.
so,
Right.
And it doesn't go against any
right.
appropriations or
I mean,
budgets or any.
And we were talking, if we just did an additional appropriation and not did that, yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, yes.
You're okay
Then we
with that,
have the
Judge?
money.
Perfect. I mean, we're fine with it, right?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone good?
Thank you for
Thank you.
Judge.
All right.
Glad to see you.
We didn't get back to two of those ordinances.
That's gonna take them down there.
Well,
What
All right.
You're the-
Bernadette,
The vice president and the secretary.
don't you have any agenda?
Hand these back to Mike and
Don't you have an agenda?
Was on next.
Those go back.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Well,
I thought I was on.
You're next. Sorry.
Certainly didn't. That was,
Sorry,
supposed
sorry.
to be other business, not on the agenda.
Well, it wasn't
It doesn't
posted.
matter. It's still other business.
I was a little shocked, sorry. The commissioners have already approved the update of the election equipment. On number 3 is what I need you guys to tell me
Number 3.
is how, first page,
Oh,
is how you want to pay it.
Thought it came with some upgrades when we started. Didn't we just pay a bunch of money for upgrades?
You have never paid for any upgrades for these machines, no,
No?
no,
What did we pay for though? We paid for something.
not for. Not for election equipment.
Okay,
This would be the first time since
maybe the state was gonna charge us and bail us out.
that we've actually put money into the election equipment. Other than $3,000 that I asked the commissioners for the 10 machines that I got from. Jasper County. I
That,
wanted to put 5 of those in use and it cost $3,000 because I got a grant from the state for almost $14,000. So it cost me $3,000 on top of the grant to put 5 new machines in service.
so basically they
we
take
have
56
52.
machines and then they recycle them and they give us 56
Mhm.
refurbished machines, basically.
So with this option that's in here, option 3.
Yeah.
So
You
is
have
it,
a copy of that for me, Bernadette? Thank you.
are they charging us anything for that?
No, they won't
For the
charge you
years?
anything for interest or, no.
What did the commissioner say to take it out of? You know, Michael?
I thought they said Q and cap.
Would make
That
sense.
would make the most sense.
This would have paid this in the past.
It would have been the same thing. Yeah, it would have been the same. I just was curious though, Bruce, actually though. When did these go into service? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, like, it just seems like the short service time. When did these particular VV pats go into service? What
These
year?
aren't for the VV pats.
What is it?
These are for the election,
The actual voting machines.
The
Okay, those are
machine
fairly,
itself.
when did those go into service?
25 years ago.
The ones we're using now?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
Mhm.
with the little sticks in it?
Clerk's office, and we got the.
I was gonna say, they should like, I remember.
The agreement.
All right, I'm just asking, they seem to have that. Okay.
You guys bought
You
it.
were at the same.
I can remember when it's off the first.
I think that's what you're thinking.
The only thing that's been added is the VPAC. And that was the separate piece.
Okay, so
And
what,
when we went to vote centers, we had to extend the memory in there, but I also got a grant from the Secretary of State's office, which did not cost the county a penny to do that either. So this is the first time since 2000 that the counties actually had to put money into their voting equipment.
so we would have to have 118,500 this year. Right, cause it says 79,000 down. And then 39,500 this year. And then 39,500, 26, 27, 28. So we would have to have 79,000 plus
No.
39, right?
No, you can either do this one. The 79 down,
And then these 2 years,
yep, or this.
but we still have to have 39, 79 down.
No,
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 oh,
those bullet points, it's
Oh.
one of those two bullet points.
It's a couple
Or
thousand,
you can pay.
couple
for
thousand
all
feet.
and be
Stretch it
done.
out.
so it'd be 79, be 39, 5 times 3.
It's still going to come out to being $157,235.96.
9,000 plus 79,000 is 158. Yeah, okay, so like 700 difference, yeah, okay.
It's, they just wanted me to come to you to ask how you wanted to pay for it.
Well, if they're gonna finance it interest free, that always makes more sense to do it that way.
For sure, especially now.
Anything could happen during that time too, as far as upgrades or change of company or whatever else.
Well, microvote's not gonna go anywhere, so I'm not.
All right, so,
concerned
And
with that.
how long do you think this upgrade will, how many years is this upgrade for? Any way to speculate that?
My
If you don't know.
estimate would be 10 years, but this has a lot of security upgrades with it. And it just, I would like to say that I would stand behind 10 years, but who knows what security's
I'm
gonna
not,
do.
I'm not asking to stand behind it. I was just curious.
It's-
Donation jar every fall.
Right. You know, the security is the biggest
I
thing.
don't understand here just exactly. So we're gonna have equal payment on 26, 27, and 28 of 39,000. So we have 5 payments
Yeah,
of
39.
39,500.
And then the other way, you'd have a payment of 79 plus 2 payments of 39.5. Right?
If that's does that come
Right.
out to,
Yeah.
It all comes out
Shy
to
of-
158.
Yeah,
There you
Shy of,
yeah. It's the same either
I
way.
thought it did. When he first told me.
5 times
Spread it out.
Yeah,
39.
so we
The
go,
vote offers you 0% interest, you do the 0% interest.
yes,
The 39 for the, what is it, 4 years, 5 years?
Yeah,
The 39,
before years, right? This year, 26, 27, 28.
right, but you understand that if you do that, the 39 is now and then 39 again in January, right?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't want
Yeah.
any surprise.
they already approved that out of Cume Cap, you said, so. I'll make a motion to take that option 39.5.
Is that how is that what they went with, or did they?
They said it for us to pick it.
Okay, that's fine.
So you're going with option 3?
We have a motion.
Yes.
Made for option 3, the second bullet point. With the 39,500 for 4 years. At no interest. Have a second.
I'll second.
Do we have any discussion? Okay, we have a motion. Do we have, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carried. There you go.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
so you'll need to turn in an additional appropriation form so it can be advertised for the next.
Yeah, we'll have to have a hearing at the next.
I'm nervous seeing that info here. I feel like there's something
Which would be
wrong with
public,
this.
that's what we said.
Maybe the county
Yeah,
clerk
pay the
would
money
have
now.
a few.
Okay,
bake sale.
So I'll need the appropriation form as soon as
Yeah.
possible, so we have to get it advertised.
As long as we don't have.
Because it's a big process.
As long as we don't-
getting this advertised.
She probably isn't in the mood.
So it won't be until the September meeting, we'll have the public hearing, then it'll
Then
be
that's all the more.
official. I know it's confusing.
No,
Yeah, it is.
State Board of Accounts is. Well,
Well, they know how all this works.
yeah, I know, that.
Did I read somewhere that they suggested maybe your office could do bake sales?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, onward, it's time for the big guy.
Okay, sure.
John.
Tag in.
Thank you, everybody. Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Can see ya.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you too, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thanks for making time to talk with me tonight. It was advised this morning, I went to the commissioners with the request for funding for our pretrial program of $70,000 to cover personnel and training costs for 2026. The county commissioners approved that request this morning. Mrs. Houston encouraged me to attend your meeting tonight to brief you on that, I guess, and see if there's any additional questions or what I should present.
We talked about it the last meeting. That's what we discussed at the last meeting. Do you want to kind of give us a rundown of the $8 and the $35?
Oh, yeah, I'd be more than happy to.
Oh,
Yes,
is
sir.
that what it was about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one primarily, President Linebaugh, that the $8 a day is for anybody that's on pretrial release in Starke County, and the court orders them on a GPS monitoring unit. Now, the county council has paid for that graciously, and what we've done over the years, we've reduced the costs on that. So at any given time, we have anywhere between 4 to maybe 7 individuals being monitored on the bracelet as a condition of their bond in Starke County. And that's really shifted over the years. I mean, the judge, the courts, the evidence-based practices only utilize that for people that got alleged victims, no contact orders to ensure compliance with that during the judicial proceedings till they go to sentencing or disposition. So that the council pays. I don't know how you pay it or what fund out of, but that's covered just solely for that, because the $35 a day is the average cost of incarceration anytime we keep somebody in a Starke County Justice Center. And that's just standard care. That's not if they have medical issues or they need to be transported places for medical exams, psychiatric exams, things of that nature. So tremendous. It really boils down to a cost savings for the county, because when it comes to pretrial supervision, it's not a state issue. It's not a state diversion issue. It's a county issue. And I explained that a little bit to the commissioners this morning as well, too. Pretrial services falls under the umbrella of Starke County Court Services. It's its own standalone entity, though. I liken it to a specialty court because our pretrial officer has received certification from the state, and Starke County is probably one of the 20 additional counties in the state of Indiana to get pretrial certification over the years. And that basically entails that he's compliant, or that program's compliant with all evidence-based procedures, all criminal law matters of the court when it comes to bond and release. So that program's separate than our community corrections program. Community corrections program is solely for diversion of offenders to the State Department of Correction. So it is a little bit different, but the benefit to having the pretrial supervision in Starke County has proven itself over the years. I've sent some information, I think, to the president and vice president to share with the board members in terms of actual work that's being done and savings to the county.
So correct me if I'm wrong, through our prior conversations. Let's just bring it out in the open how we came to this. We came to this basically because this was a state funded program, and the state cut it because they don't have a skin in the game, because these people aren't going to the state penitentiary anyways. So this was part of the infamous, maybe Senate Bill Order 1466, one of them. So that's why we are at where we're at.
I couldn't have said it better myself, sir. Absolutely. For the past 9 years since we've done this, funding has been approved by the State Department of Correction. And you're absolutely right. Now they've pulled the funding for Starke County. They cut the funding on pretrial services for about 75 or 80% of the counties in Indiana. And they didn't even give a backup plan. They just said, guess what, you guys that have been doing this, you're no longer going to get it. We don't have a contingency plan in place, and good luck to you. So you're absolutely correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So. So do we have the money? I know we got the money.
That was a lot, man.
Pardon me? The opioid funding. We used to get, is that?
We still get it at the settlement.
So how much of that do we have?
I think he's looking to pull it from the restricted opioid fund,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Correct.
Which is a good thing because I think 75 to 80% of your expenditures can only be spent out of that restricted fund. Or I'm sorry, 75 to 80% of the amount that you get in total as part of the opioid settlement that we worked through a couple of years ago is allocated for restricted funding. So, and what you can use for restricted funding is like the title of the fund says, it's fairly restrictive. So if you can spend it out of your restricted fund, which is 80% of where your mediated funds are sitting, that's a good
That's the
thing.
best place.
Well, the idea of the opioid money too isn't just to spend all the money on arresting people for being on opiates. The big idea is to get them off the opiates. And so programs like this get them back out in the public.
And you can tell, I know from our conversation that the success rate is very high.
Oh, yes, sir.
The repeat is very, very low.
Correct. Correct.
In the
It's
90s, 95, 6%. So it's,
Yes, sir.
so I think
It's
it's,
I'm
Oh.
sorry. Go ahead. I apologize.
no, you're fine.
So my question is, we can do this out of the opioid
Restricted.
funding, and so if that's the case, then I would like to make a motion to do just that.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion second, any discussion from the board?
I just have one real quick discussion though, sir. The one thing though is a while back, and just as we maybe start losing money, because honestly, I should know this answer. I know it was available this year. We did pass on some funding of a grant from HealthLink for mental health. And we decided to contract Mr. Gearhart and pay him out of budget money. Just while we've got you there, just, as the future comes and if funds get tighter, and if that grant or grants like that's available, I'd just like to make sure we go back and look at those. I just want to throw that in there. It's not really directly related. Tangentially related. So anyways, that's
Okay.
it.
All in favor?
Hi,
Opposed? There you go, sir.
thank you.
you need to put in an additional appropriation form for that as soon as you can.
I'm sorry. What was that, Miss Houston?
Turn in an additional appropriation form so that it'll be for the next meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Because
All right,
it has to
thank
be
you.
Thank you, sir.
advertised and you have to advertise.
The smartest person I know.
Three
Thank
weeks.
Am I officially dismissed then?
You are, sir.
Thank you all very much. Have a good evening.
Two.
So I make a motion to adjourn before Rachel gets up here. I'm nervous that she's here.
So, do we have anything else from the audience?
Me.
You're not on here.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're not.
Barclays up for me to come and I'll be
You
talking.
never told any of us that. You've got 3 minutes.
Then I have something I would ask.
Okay.
I told her to come under other business. I had already reprinted the agenda from new.
Oh, that was the hub. So if you're.
The Birmingham's.
Looks like a lot of money to be-
Doesn't look damaged. I was gonna take some.
Oh, this is that
thing
thing you told me.
Like my driveway, but side driveway, it's this high, it's same across the road. I'm afraid it's gonna start breaking on.
All right, I'll look at it.
Yeah,
You have a
hurry,
copy
I'll
for
be
me,
right
Rachel?
What are we doing?
What did I tell you?
No.
It says international on it, must be a truck.
Oh,
Twenty
We need to
twenty-three.
go after who signed this,
Thank you.
is what I told you.
All right, so I was at the commissioners meeting, not this morning, the last time that they met. I received my 2 new tandem internationals. And I can give you a picture of how it went.
Don't take long.
3 minutes, he said 3 minutes. So 5, 6 years ago, previous superintendent came here and was approved to get like a lease, a loan for these internationals. I contacted Republic to get that lease, withdrawn to pay Linco, because they're all done. And I'm $32,000 short. So why are we $32,000 short? What you have in front of you is a financial agreement. In 2023, Pierce basically went to the previous superintendent and said, hey, chassis are gonna be more. 10,000, well, I don't know, $10,244 more per chassis. So that's a lot of our $32,000 increase. The rest is just stuff that parts went up, you know, over the years at Linco from what they originally quoted it before COVID. Their labor prices went up. I'm not here for an additional appropriation. I have a $10,000 cap. I have money in my LRS trucks. I just need permission to use it since I have the $10,000.
Why would we wanna pay more for
Yeah.
something that we have a contract for? Was there a
So
clause
we
there?
got a contract, but then this contract was,
Yeah, but it's signed by the Starke Board of County Commissioners with Dan Diper's name. So what right does he have to sign, enter into a contract? None.
I agree. What do you want me to do? Give the trucks back? I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree. But
I guess what I don't understand is if they have a contract for these trucks. And now the price has gone up,
he agreed for the price going up.
That's what his signature is.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the county council or the commissioners agreeing. He
Right.
signed it for them. Under the Stark County.
this
Board of Commissioners.
proposal is not, boy, I tell you
Plus
what,
there was a $5,000 termination fee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
glad he's gone.
Somebody's good at writing contract.
Yeah, but
not
it never
us.
goes away.
I'm gonna have to start thinking about.
is there any way this can be null and void because it wasn't properly signed? By the counselor, or is it not worth messing? with it?
You'd have to sue Dan Diaper.
Doesn't do right.
Yeah, so basically the theory that the company would use against you is your superintendent has what's called a parent authority to decide on your behalf. So your chance of winning that would be,
No.
to be candid, not good. So
The commissioners probably actually approved it,
Rachel, do we
Right.
need the truck?
probably in the minutes.
Yes.
And so we're talking another $15,000 per truck.
Yeah, about.
And if we opt out, it's gonna cost us $5,000 per truck.
Yeah, we gotta replace the trucks.
Yes.
I'll tell you what's really strange though, is I feel like back in that time, he was talking to the commissioners about freezing the pricing, like. Why would anybody agree on a,
I agree, that's so.
that's,
That's what I thought.
doesn't
too.
make a
And
lot
are
of
these
sense.
2023 trucks?
Yes.
Is it 2023? And we just got them?
Yeah.
Well,
Just gone.
out of curiosity though, what would a 2025 cost? I mean, if they went up 50 and we're only paying 10, that's still not bad.
Like $26,000 more for chassis now.
26 and we're paying 10 more. So maybe it wasn't that bad after all though, too. I mean, if he froze a price, even if it was 10,000 more, you know what I'm saying? But if it's 26, because in all honesty, the warranty performance period is gonna be the same for a 20, if a 23 is new. So who cares the year because the warranty is the same.
So where did they wanna pay it out of?
I don't need an additional appropriation. I have the money in my LRS.
She needs approval for the increase in price.
Now, this is a dumb deal.
I just
but-
need the,
You need the trucks, you need the truck.
So how much extra do we need?
Up on the wall.
right
We should have, what's that?
here.
Okay, so what we need is 32,428.60. Out of LRS, local roads and street
Mhm.
trucks.
Mhm.
We need to have a motion and action on it.
Yeah,
So
so
Howard, I've made all the motions and a lot of it.
It's only 5,000 each if we terminate it.
Will you stop it?
it's that's what he thinks. You better hope this isn't a tie.
So let
30 minutes are up.
me tell you a little story. Can I tell a little story? Cause I'm old and I'm full of
Is
stories.
this gonna take long?
It's not gonna take that long. In 1973, my brother and I bought 2 new Ford farm trucks.
I remember them. I can tell you the color and the color of the.
Just a second. So when they come in, they went up $2,500 per truck. Now, this is in 1974. They didn't ask us to pay more. They asked if they could give us $2,000 to buy us out of the contract. So maybe these people would like to buy themselves out of your contract.
I don't want them to buy out of my contract.
Well, I know you don't, but this is a what if. This is like a fairy tale.
So does somebody make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Have a motion by Dave, have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There you go.
Can I
So,
go now?
Rachel,
Yes, get out of here.
I would like to see them washed and, now I see the new Kubota tractors out there are awfully dirty.
Yes,
John Deere's.
yes.
We have, Bruce for our agenda, 45 minutes.
John,
Does anybody else have anything? Go ahead, Vernon, Scott. Why didn't you tell us at the same time when you were up here?
I've got something else that I would like.
All right, well, we'll do up last. I don't think he wants to see me there.
I'm just doing what I was asked to do.
I've got it electronically if you don't have enough, but
Yeah, I got it too.
Myself,
I got it too. electronically.
I have plenty though.
we just have to decide the schedule of the public meeting.
So we have to, oh, yes, it is.
It's already been published as a
And it's on the
public meeting.
doors.
On this date, without even asking the council if
Yeah, since
this works.
This is not.
I know what's going on here. But the county council is the one that needs to ask the questions. Is that not correct?
Ask her. This
I'm more
was-
so than anybody.
Kendall's the one that's coming here and he's asked for the council, the commissioners and all taxing entities to come join him. That's all I know. That's what I got.
So it's just an invitation, it's not something.
It's an invitation.
I don't know if I'll be.
He wants to talk
Justin-
about SB 1.
Justin said that I should post it as a public meeting just in case a quorum was present.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, because that could likely happen.
Yes,
There's
not that it is gonna happen, but
Okay.
could.
Probably wanting to restore everything they cut from us. I'm gonna.
Be nice.
I'm pretty sure that answer is no.
It was a simple fan.
With that being said, does anybody in the audience have anything? Good. Bruce, you had something?
Well, that was it. I just was kind of felt that
Dave?
that the
Yeah.
challenge should have been.
Howard? You have anything? No, really? Wow.
Well, what about our, people wanted to know about the study tonight and if we're gonna
It's
hire for the SB1 study.
Justin and I are gonna have a meeting, a Zoom meeting with Baker and Tilly. Cause they requested the attorney be present. So we're gonna have a Zoom meeting this week. And then after that, they'll come present it. The study.
Not as
So there's
fast
some
as-
questions that I couldn't answer, so. There you go. With that being said, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I just want to stay here.
I can make a motion.
I'll move that we adjourn.
We have a motion, have a second? Second, all in favor? Aye. There we go.
I was a Kendall Belt fan, but
I never was so much.
they not much of a in favor. You know. Hey, where did you
Contract.
Where did you go? There she goes. Teeter totter.
Yeah, I'll get with you.